weddings and honeymoons. Normally, nothing is more memorable than these events that will last a lifetime. But every time we have an event like this, my mother-in-law is always there. Instead of asking her to refrain from attending, my husband is always trying to flatter her somehow. This time, I had a surprise for them in the name of revenge. My name is Amy, 29 years old. I have been married for almost 2 years to Theo, my husband, who is 3 years older than me. We started dating because we both worked at the same place. When he proposed, he said to me,
I will always be there for you when you seek for help. So I want you to be by my side for the rest of my life.
Theo,
There is no doubt that we will need to face many difficulties in the future, but I know that we will be okay. Let's work together to live happily as husband and wife.
yes, I'll be looking forward to it. And so, Theo and I got married just like that, without incident. My colleagues congratulated me, and I regrettably retired from my job and became a housewife. Our new house was where Theo used to live alone. It's a decent size, enough for the two of us to live together. When we have children, maybe we should move to a bigger place. We were spending our time happily talking about such things. One day, as I was preparing dinner, the doorbell suddenly rang. I checked the peephole to see my mother-in-law there. I hurriedly opened the front door, and my mother-in-law opened her mouth, making it obvious that she was in a bad mood. Amy, how long are you going to make me wait just for you to open the door? I'm tired already. I'm sorry. I was preparing dinner. You're going to make excuses like that. I suppose you were sleeping. No, I was really preparing dinner. Just get on with it and serve me something to drink. You are a really inconsiderate little girl. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it until we got married, that my husband's mother was a bully. While I was preparing dinner, my mother-in-law stood beside me and complained endlessly. Oh, no. You put too much salt in there. That's overcooked. They don't have their shape anymore. You're not very good at cooking. It's so frustrating to watch. And if I said anything back, it came back tenfold. So I repeatedly said, I'm sorry. All I could do was apologize. When my husband came home, I tried to ask him for help by my mother-in-law. Theo, I want to tell you something. Amy here is no good at housework at all.
Oh, really?
Yes. She was taking a nap when I came over. And then she lied to me saying she was in the middle of making dinner. I even watched her make dinner today, but she was totally useless. She doesn't have the basics.
Sorry about that, Mama. I will make sure to tell Amy about that myself.
Oh, please do. I wouldn't feel comfortable trusting you with someone like Amy. My mother-in-law took one look at me and then gave me a triumphant look. Oh, this is who she really is. I can't believe this is the kind of person who has become my mother-in-law. But that's not the worst part. Ever since my mother-in-law's visit, my personal belongings have been disappearing one by one. The other day, my earring, and the next day, a necklace. I don't want to doubt her, but a few hours later, when my mother-in-law left, my husband said coldly,
Hey, why are you upsetting Mama?
Wait a minute, Theo. What your mother said earlier was a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding?
When your mother came over, I was really preparing dinner, and I cooked the food just like I always serve you.
I don't give a shit about that. It's the fact that you offended her.
So you're saying I'm wrong?
What else is there to say? It's your fault because you don't have the housework skills that she requires. She's doing this for your own good.
It's not like we are living with your mother. We can do things at our own pace.
Aren't you ashamed of yourself? It's normal for a wife to try to get her mother-in-law's approval.
Besides, ever since your mother started coming over, my stuff is frequently going missing.
You're not saying she stole them, are you?
I didn't say that.
It's disgusting to see you accuse my mother of stealing.
I have no proof, though.
Don't make excuses. I will pretend I didn't hear that. Anyway, if you ever upset my mother again, I won't forgive you.
With that blunt statement, my husband stormed out, slamming the door behind him. I was left alone, and my head hurt from the unimaginable scene that had took place. Why? Why do I have to be the one to blame? I do all the housework. It's true that my personal belongings are missing. When he proposed to me, he surely said that he will always be there for me when I seek for help. That's why I thought my husband would be on my side. But I never thought he would side with my mother-in-law so much. And let me tell you, my mother-in-law's housework skills are not that great. Her cooking is particularly bad, to say the least. My husband's tongue must have been numbed by the fact that he has been accustomed to eating his mother's food since he was a child.
Mama's cooking is always good, eh?
I used to think he was insane every time he said this to me. Apparently, my mother-in-law's wife bullying was contagious, and recently, even my husband has started to complain about me.
Amy, I've always thought that how you season the food is no good.
But you never said that before.
Don't you remember what Mama said the other day? That your seasoning is too strong. You should use the original flavor of the ingredients like my mother does.
No, your mother is the one spoiling the flavor of the ingredients. I want to tell him that, but I was too shocked to say anything back. My mother-in-law divorced her husband when Theo was very young and raised him by herself. Maybe that's why she's so obsessed with her son. Even before we were married, I could feel her passion for Theo, but it seems that my mother-in-law's love for her son was much greater than I had expected. I guess to her, I'm the hateful wife who took her son away from her. Even after that, the insidious harassment did not stop. She would go out to dinner with my husband, knowing that I was preparing dinner. She went shopping with my husband without me, as if to show off. To top it all off, she would call me unfit wife, not good enough for Theo, and a trashy wife, and so on. When she showed up at our honeymoon destination, I was beyond disgust and just scared. She followed us into the hotel room. She would stand by her son's side and bring his food to his mouth. She slept in between the two of us. If anything, she would yell, "You are my son's wife. You should be carrying my stuff," and would take Theo's arm and walk away as quickly as possible. Thanks to her, our honeymoon became a hellish memory. Even now, I could feel my blood boil just recalling the trip. And yet, my husband said to me,
"No offense. We're a family, so it's okay, isn't it?"
He sided with his mother again and treated me as if I was invisible. Thus, I have had a nightmare-like year and a half. But one day I wondered, would I be happy if I stayed married to my husband like this? I had reached the end of my patience and decided to talk to my best friend from school, Maggie. "Maggie, I'm not sure I can continue with our marriage." "What's wrong? You seemed so happy when you got married." "I know, but I thought things were going well since you hadn't contacted me. It's not going so well?" As a matter of fact, I held back the tears that were welling up in my eyes and told Maggie the whole story. That my mother-in-law had been bullying me, that she even followed us on our honeymoon, and that my husband, most importantly, would not help me at all. When I finished, Maggie's face was red and she was furious. I can't believe it! How can you be a husband and not protect your wife? I'm a housewife and I'm worried about what will happen after the divorce. You can worry about that later. If you don't have anywhere to go, you can come to my house. You don't have to worry about it. You're going to lose your mind if you continue living like that. But, no buts. If you don't do this, you're gonna regret it. Amy, you're my friend, and I don't want you to get hurt. You should definitely get a divorce. Maggie encouraged me to do it, and I decided to take revenge. And I decided to do it on our second anniversary. I was confident that my mother-in-law would bully me in some way on that day. Even on our first anniversary, my mother-in-law intentionally took my husband out for dinner along with her. I was sure she would try something again on our second anniversary. I would try to get revenge at the same time she takes my husband away from me. My heart was burning with the desire for revenge against my husband and mother-in-law. A few weeks later, on the day of our wedding anniversary, my mother-in-law invited my husband out to lunch as expected.
Sorry, I'll be home by night. You'd better cook something by then.
I called out to my husband just in case. Hey, are you sure you want to go? It's our anniversary today.
I told you, I'd be home by night. My promise to Mama is more important. Oh, I'm sorry. It's my habit again. Anyway, that's the way it is, so do some housework in the meantime. Then we'll celebrate our anniversary as you want.
Okay, I will do that. Too bad you're staying at home, my mother-in-law said to me sarcastically and walked out arm in arm with my husband. Celebrate our anniversary as you want? Who the hell do you think you are? You have no idea what's in store for you, do you? This is our last wedding anniversary, so I will make it the best one yet. Unaware that I was secretly plotting my revenge, my mother-in-law keeps sending me photos of her and my husband's meal and shopping. Of course, since today is the last time I'm going to see her, I politely replied to her, I'm glad you are enjoying yourself. It's wonderful to have a good relationship between mother and child, isn't it? Theo is so lucky to have a mother like you. When I replied to her, she sent back a message with a happy mood. You must be celebrating your wedding anniversary alone right now. I'm having the best lunch with Theo. I'm sorry I stole your precious husband from you. Whatever. Meanwhile, I'm decorating the room and cooking them the last meal. I could have made them a very bad dish that would have ruined the taste of the ingredients like my mother-in-law did. But I didn't want to fall to the same level, so I made them a normal dish. I made a well-timed phone call to my mother-in-law, who was probably in the best of moods. Hello? Oh, it's Amy. Did you see the picture I just sent you? Yeah, you do look like you're having fun. I know, right? I'm sorry you had to miss out. It's fine. It's our anniversary, so I went all out and made dinner. Why don't you join us? Yes, I'm in a good mood, so I guess I will have some too. I'd love that. I will be waiting for you later. My mother-in-law readily accepted my invitation. Well, I guess she's planning to make fun of my cooking again in front of my husband. But that would do no damage to me now. I made the final preparations for their return. I wrote, Happy Wedding Anniversary and Divorce Anniversary on a big piece of construction paper and stuck it on the wall. I put the completed divorce papers on my husband's table. At my mother-in-law's table, I put a piece of paper with a note saying, "Please pay for the damage," and a picture of her stealing my stuff. Now I'm all set. Yes, indeed. My mother-in-law was stealing my personal belongings while bullying me. But without proof, my husband would not believe me. So I installed a small surveillance camera in my room and took pictures of my mother-in-law when she came to the house. Sure enough, there was a perfect shot of my mother-in-law stealing my personal belongings. When I had finished setting everything up, I packed my bags and left the house. I wonder what they will look like when they see the decorations. It was a great joy to imagine it and chuckle about it. A few hours later, I get a wave of incoming calls from my husband and mother-in-law. As soon as I answer the phone, my mother-in-law starts yelling at me in a screeching voice. "Hey, Amy! What the hell is this?" "What is this? You mean the picture of you stealing my things?" "What do you think you are doing?" "Oh, don't even think about throwing the pictures away. I will forgive you if you pay for them. But if you don't, I will submit them to the police as evidence." "The police? You are kidding. Don't even think about it." "I don't say this kind of things in jest. Please think carefully before you respond." "You little nasty." Then, my husband must have taken my mother-in-law's phone. This time, my husband's angry voice rang out.
Hey, what's this? What do you mean?
"Oh, did you see it? Happy anniversary! It's my present to you."
Don't play dumb with me. I'm not gonna let you divorce me.
"Don't you think it's useless?"
What?
I told my bewildered husband in no uncertain terms. A husband that only listened to his mama and doesn't even celebrate his anniversary properly. He doesn't even listen to his wife and just pushes her around. That kind of trash husband is useless, isn't he?
No way. That's why I came home like this. I wanted to celebrate our anniversary in my own way.
Celebrate? Don't make me laugh. There is nothing to celebrate with trash like you.
What?
I'm never going back to that house again. And I'm not going to have anything to do with you ever again. You can stay with your precious mama all you want now. You and your thief mama will be happy to eat that disgusting food, you scrub. I spat out at the phone and hung up with that. After that, my divorce from my husband was finalized. He didn't agree to divorce at first, but with the help of my parents, I managed to convince him to leave me and file the divorce papers. I still receive Romeo messages from my husband.
I'm really sorry. I realized how much you meant to me. I don't need mama anymore. All I care about is you, Amy. Please come back to me. I will put you before mama, I promise.
There's no way I would go back to somebody who called his own mother mama. It's just weird and disgusting. So I blocked him as soon as I could. He and I used to work at the same place, so my divorce was all over the company. I heard he calls his mother mama. Ew, that's disgusting. Mama with that face? Gross. I can stand mama's voice. He's on the verge of resigning at any moment, unable to bear the cold shoulder from his colleagues. My mother-in-law would not pay for the personal belongings he stole, so I submitted the series of evidence to the police. When the police came to their house, my mother-in-law's misdeeds became known, and in no time at all, the whole neighborhood was talking about it. I heard that she was stealing her son's wife's personal belongings. I knew it. I've seen her and her son bullying his wife. His face was oozing with evil. Let's not go near that house anymore. I heard that my mother-in-law had depression and became a recluse, unable to go out. She really got what she deserved. All I can say now is, in your face. I, on the other hand, I'm divorced and back at my parents looking for a job. I have been a housewife for a long time, so it's not easy to find a job, but I'm sure my past work experience will come in handy. Tomorrow, I'm going to have a drink with my friend Maggie. My divorce from my husband has left me with a record of divorce, but I'm not afraid to start anew. I'm going to live a better life while thanking my family and friends who really care about me.
This person is my girlfriend. We're dating.
Those words hit me like a bolt of lightning. I had suspected my husband of infidelity from his behavior, but I never imagined he would bring his affair partner to our home, where our daughter lives.
There's a Kylie of mine inside her now.
The second shock left me sitting there, unable to move. The affair partner grinned down at me, reveling in my reaction. Oh, wait a minute. What is this?
I'm marrying her and starting a new family here. So you all need to leave.
That's right. Both the kid and the old lady. Get out of here quickly. The affair partner laughed while my husband slammed the divorce papers on the table. I could only sit there, my mouth opening and closing in shock.
Well, that's how it is. I'll give you 2 weeks, so pack your things by then.
With those words, my husband left, embracing the affair partner. What stopped him was our 5-year-old daughter, who possessed a mysterious power. Hey, wait, Daddy.
What is it?
You said there's a baby, right? But that person's belly is empty. Ignoring that, my husband faced the tragic consequences awaiting him. My name is Marina Mitchell. I'm 34 and raising my 5-year-old daughter, Kylie. I met my husband, Kevin, through our shared interest in outdoor activities. When I went camping alone, Kevin was the one who extended a helping hand at the same campsite. After graduating from college, I worked vigorously in the investment department of a bank, earning a substantial income. On the other hand, Kevin worked for a small company, earning only half of my salary. Still, I decided to marry him because he was always kind to me and seemed like he could be a good father. Since I was often away from home for work, I had a desire for Kevin to take care of the household chores in my absence. So, we got married and started our married life in the apartment I bought during my single days. However, I soon realized that desires were just desires. Kevin hardly did any housework. While he cooked during outdoor activities, at home, he would make excuses like,
I've never cooked before,
and wouldn't even attempt it. When he came home, his laundry would be strewn about, and he had never once used the vacuum cleaner. I never imagined that my marriage partner would lack so much domestic competence. I tried to teach him household chores several times, but Kevin resisted every time.
Since we're married, household chores are a woman's job, right?
Even though I'm working, a little help would be appreciated.
It's impossible for me. Impossible. From now on, you're the one who'll do the housework.
He didn't even show a willingness to help in this manner. I'm exhausted from overtime, yet he laughs and watches TV in a room that hasn't been cleaned properly. Watching him, I felt an overwhelming increase in fatigue. In the fall of our second year of marriage, while living such a life, I found out I was pregnant. Kevin was pleased, and I had faint hopes. Maybe he would change with the pregnancy and childbirth. But in reality, he didn't change at all, even after our daughter Kylie was born. Since I was on maternity leave, taking care of the house, he started living an even more sloppy life. Even when Kylie cried at night, while I struggled to handle her, he slept soundly, unable to endure it any longer. I finally complained to Kevin. Hey, Kevin, childcare is something both of us should do, right? Can't you cooperate a little? Kevin responded in a tone that seemed to mock me.
Huh? Look, raising kids is the wife's job. That's how it's supposed to be.
That's not true.
My mom has been doing it that way for ages. You're crazy for trying to push such troublesome things onto your husband.
Your mom was a housewife. I can't do it alone.
Just be quiet and do what you're supposed to do. Don't rely on me.
In this way, he wouldn't even change a single diaper for Kylie. The stress built up so much that divorce crossed my mind several times. But each time, I thought of Kylie and refrained. I can't selfishly take her father away. So, I started doing all the household chores and childcare while working. On a different note, I had some strange experiences while raising Kylie. For example, when Kylie was about 1.5 years old, we received a lottery spin ticket in the city's shopping district. I had some errands, so I was about to leave without participating, but Kylie vehemently cried when passing by the lottery spin place. When I pulled back the stroller, she stopped crying. When I tried to move forward, she cried again. It was as if she wanted to do the lottery spin. Maybe she sees the spinning lottery as a toy? Well, let's give it a try. With that in mind, I took Kylie to spin the blessed wheel. To my surprise, we won the grand prize. The prize was a large state-of-the-art TV. It was lucky because I was thinking of replacing ours. But the story doesn't end there. When Kylie turned 2, something happened when we tried to ride a swan boat at a large park nearby. Until then, Kylie had been clamoring to ride the duck. But the moment she tried to board the boat, she suddenly became fussy. What's wrong, Kylie? You were so excited about riding it. I don't like it. If I ride the duck, the water will bubble up and it'll be scary. She insisted on not riding, so I decided not to ride the swan boat that day. An hour later, while eating lunch at the same park, there was some kind of commotion at the boat ramp. I hurried over and saw a swan boat half sinking offshore, and passengers hurriedly evacuating. It was exactly the boat we were about to board. If I had ridden that one with Kylie, I would have drowned by now. I felt a chill run down my spine. After that, Kylie's mysterious remarks continued. She would say things that sounded like prophecies or even discern someone's secrets. She even said something like this in front of my parents. Grandpa doesn't have money. It seems he spent it on horse racing. When I questioned my father, it turned out he had gambled the previous day and used the household money. And then my father was thoroughly scolded by my mother. This child must have some mysterious power. Over time, I became convinced of this. I tried telling Kevin about it, but he laughed it off, saying,
"There's no scientific basis for such things."
Kylie is already 5 years old. Although I handle all the household chores and childcare, as long as Kylie is with me, it doesn't feel burdensome. I was thinking that we could continue living peacefully. Just when I was thinking that way, shadows began to appear little by little in our peaceful daily life. There's something strange about Kevin's behavior. Until now, when his work ended at 5 p.m., he would come home immediately, and by 6 p.m., he would be lounging around the house. But recently, there have been days when he doesn't come home until after 10 p.m. Moreover, he has started going on business trips, something he had never done before. Inside the house, he always keeps his phone close, and family conversations seem to be of no interest to him. Sensing something amiss, I decided to meet him and ask, "Hey, Kevin, your return has been late recently, hasn't it?"
Yeah. Recently work has been busy. I got transferred to a new department.
He has a job too, so I accepted that there might be such things at that time. But after a while, even Kevin's attitude towards Kylie began to change. We were supposed to go to the summer fair in the neighborhood with the three of us that day. Kylie, all prepared in a pretty dress, clung to Kevin's arm. "Hey, Dad, I'm ready. Let's go to the fair." But then Kevin, looking bothered, brushed off Kylie and said,
"What's the matter? Such a hassle. I'm not going to the festival."
Kylie looked surprised, but immediately welled up with tears and started trembling. I quickly embraced Kylie and criticized Kevin. We had plans from before, didn't we? Even Kylie was looking forward to it.
"Stop whining. I have something to do now."
What on earth do you have to do on a night off?
"Just go to the festival with the two of you."
My husband spat out those words and then went off somewhere in a hurry. In the end, I went to the festival with Kylie alone. At first, Kylie was disappointed, but she seemed to have used her mysterious ability to win the toy she wanted in a drawing, and her mood improved. That toy looked just like a real mobile phone and could take photos and record audio. While I smiled, watching over Kylie deep down, I held a grudge against Kevin. And then, just 3 days later, in the evening as Kylie and I spent time together, Kylie, playing with the toy she won at the festival, suddenly looked up. "Mom, a visitor is coming." "Huh?" And just 1 minute later, Kevin returned home. Behind him was a flashy-looking woman I didn't recognize. "Kevin, who is this person?" "Wow, so this is your house, Kevin. It's a pretty nice apartment." Ignoring what I said, the woman boldly entered the house. Meanwhile, my husband hugged the woman's shoulders and said something.
"This is Olivia Adams. We're dating."
Those words hit me like a bolt of lightning. I had suspected infidelity from my husband's behavior, but I never expected him to bring his affair partner, the person herself, into our home with our daughter. Hey, what are you saying in front of Kylie?
"Kylie, listen carefully. Right now, Olivia is carrying my child.
Faced with the second shock, I involuntarily sat down, overwhelmed. The woman, Kevin's affair partner, looked down with a smirk at my state. Wait a minute. What is happening?
I'm getting married to her, and we'll live here as a new family. So you guys, get out.
That's right. Both the kid and the old lady get out of here, quickly. His affair partner smirks and laughs as he slams the divorce papers on the table. I could only sit there, with my mouth agape.
Well, that's how it is. I'll give you 2 weeks. Pack your things by then.
He said that and tried to leave, hugging Olivia. What stopped him was Kylie, who possessed a mysterious power. Hey, wait, Dad.
What is it?
You said there's a baby, right? But that person's belly is empty.
Huh?
Kevin and Olivia exchanged glances, looking uncomfortable, and then looked at Kylie. What is this child saying?
Having a daughter like this is disgusting. I'll discard her and make a new one.
Stop saying such things to Kylie. I shouted while holding Kylie, but the two left the house together. In the quiet room, Kylie looked at me and said softly, Mom, we don't need a dad like that anymore, right? It's okay, so let's live together, just you and me. Kylie. Holding my daughter again, flames were burning fiercely in my heart. You betrayed the family and impregnated that woman, so get out. I won't forgive this. I will definitely show them a thing or two. I started taking action from the next day. And then, 2 weeks later, after Kylie went to sleep, our house door was being knocked on loudly. Standing outside was Kevin, his face flushed. Yes, what's the matter?
Just open the door. We need to talk.
In the living room, Kevin was suddenly yelling at me.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Sending a certified letter to my workplace?
Well, I didn't know where you were. It seemed like the only option.
And how did you even find Olivia's address?
I had immediately hired a private investigator to uncover the identity of Olivia, the bar girl Kevin was involved with. Determining her address was also an easy task. To claim alimony from them, I promptly sent a certified letter. It's easy to find out such things. As stated in the notice, you will soon make alimony payments.
What do you mean?
If you don't like that, I'll take you to court. So be prepared for that. Kevin, turning red and trembling, suddenly spoke as if mocking.
Court? You didn't even know I was cheating on you. Where's the proof?
I silently confronted Kevin with something.
What? Kylie's toy? What about it?
I pressed the button on the toy, and the audio started playing. That day, Kevin told me the truth.
What is this?
Kylie was recording. The audio confession data is solid evidence of the affair. Yes, Kylie was recording what happened that day using the toy's recording function. When it was presented to me, even I was genuinely surprised.
Ugh.
Moreover, you two have been meeting for the past 2 weeks, right? I've hired a private investigator to capture images of you entering her house. It's too late for excuses now. When I stated this clearly, Kevin began saying outrageous things.
Fine, I'll give you this house then. So spare me from alimony.
Huh? What are you talking about? This house was originally mine, wasn't it?
Huh? Isn't the house shared property once you're married? So through property division...
Seeing Kevin's bewildered expression, I couldn't help but be utterly amazed. You know, only assets acquired after marriage are subject to property division. I bought this apartment when I was single, and the title is in my name. You have no right to claim it.
What? No way.
Kevin is quite shocked. It seems he was under the impression that the apartment truly belonged to him. After contemplating for a while, he knelt down at my feet.
Marina, please, forgive me. I've been told to pay alimony for Olivia, and if I pay for both, I'll go bankrupt. I have to raise our child from now on, I beg you.
Huh? My anger reached its peak at his selfish remarks. What are you saying, you scumbag? You abandoned me and Kylie, yet you dare say such things? I'll be the one to cast away someone like you. Be prepared. I will definitely collect alimony and child support from you. Seeing my reaction, Kevin let out a short scream and fled to the entrance. I chased after him and called out to Kevin, who was about to leave through the entrance. You know, shall I tell you something?
What is it?
It seems that your affair partner, whom the private investigator had been watching for the past 2 weeks, was casually enjoying alcohol and cigarettes. Is she really pregnant?
Huh?
Also, when you're not with her, it seems she's with another man. Did you know that? Then, Kevin turned pale and hurriedly went somewhere. As he walked away, I shouted this. Don't ever show your face again, you despicable man. Later, it turned out that Olivia's pregnancy was indeed a lie. She saw Kevin's belongings, mistook him for rich, and in order to have an easy life, she tried to marry him by faking her pregnancy. However, our household's high standard of living was due to my earnings, and Kevin's income was below average. Olivia quickly abandoned Kevin, who was left with nothing after paying alimony. I am also claiming alimony from Olivia. Currently, she is paying the alimony in installments while increasing her nighttime job. After being abandoned by Olivia, Kevin followed us for a while, attempting to reconcile. Of course, I had no intention of forgiving him, and only after issuing a restraining order through a lawyer did he finally stop appearing in front of us. Although his savings are depleted due to alimony, Kevin must pay child support. He now works during the day and takes on part-time jobs at construction sites at night, living alone in a run-down apartment. I hope he earns for Kylie's sake and remains lonely. On the other hand, I am leading a peaceful life with Kylie. Kylie's mysterious remarks continue even now. Listening to them is both enjoyable and a bit frightening. Nevertheless, she remains a daughter so cute that it doesn't hurt even if you look her in the eye. I plan to continue living positively, prioritizing Kylie's happiness from now on.